Hi, I'm Kim Skildum-Reid from Power Sponsorship in Sydney, Australia, and here is today's question. How do we keep from getting lost in a sea of sponsorship clutter? Now that's a very fair question because seriously, if you look at any sort of televised sport or even any just local festival, everywhere you look, there's banners and signs and logos on things and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very cluttered. I mean, if you want your brain to explode, go to a motorsports because there's so much clutter. Like that is the most cluttered of all sort of properties. It would tend to be motorsport because like every car has got 50 stickers on it, plus there's signs all over everything, and it's just crazy. Anyway, so breaking through that clutter, it's questions around that are questions that I get all the time. So there's a couple of angles on this, and then a couple of things I want you to read. So the first thing that I want you to do is to de-emphasize visibility. Now, visibility is really first-generation sponsorship anyway. And so, there's been lots and lots of, big academic studies going back to all the way back to 1991 was the first one that gave us, like the penny drop moment on this, which said that exposure, like exposure of a name or a logo, like eyeballs, impressions, eyeballs hitting logos on TV or, at a festival or cultural event or whatever, all of that exposure, nor awareness of a sponsorship. Somebody being able to say, if you say, can you name all the sponsors of this event? Somebody can actually say that you're a sponsor of that event. Neither one of those things in any way changes people's perceptions around your brand, their behaviors around your brand, or their alignment to your brand. I mean, there would certainly be a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of people that are like super fans that might be influenced on that. And that's a little bit bigger around individual sponsorships, like Tiger Woods plays with this kind of clubs, and so I'm going to play with that kind of clubs if you're a Tiger Woods super fan, for instance. So there's a little bit of that. But generally speaking, it just doesn't move the pin. Like it just doesn't move the pin. And frankly, so if you de-emphasize visibility in terms of achieving objectives, you're still going to get visibility. So, like you can still give your senior executives the photos of, oh, look at our banners. Don't they look fabulous? You can still do that. That's fine. It's not like you're not going to get the signage and not going to get the logos on things. But just de-emphasize it in terms of your priorities. And instead, emphasize meaning, because meaning is really sponsorship's superpower, because you're getting the privilege of connecting with people through something that has meaning for them, something they've already decided that they care about. So sponsor things that are meaningful to your target market, leverage in ways that make a meaningful positive impact on the fan experience or your consumer experience, your customer experience, your staff experience. So leverage it in a way that's meaningful as well. Like, don't give them crapola little trinkets that are going to end up in the rubbish. Do something that's actually going to make their lives better. Think about what are the best things about a fan experience? What are the worst things about a fan experience? Can we amplify the best stuff? Can we fix or at least reduce some of the worst stuff? Can we amplify fan voices? Can we commiserate with them on a losing season? What is it that we can do to really do something that's meaningful to them, that isn't just, sort of a throwaway? So I would suggest around this that you read Disruptive Sponsorship and Last Generation Sponsorship Redux. Now, these are my two kind of flagship white papers. Last Generation Sponsorship Redux is really about the 4 generations of sponsorship and the sort of the hallmarks of those and why you really need to be at the last generation. And then Disruptive Sponsorship really talks about sort of the nitty-gritty of the cutting edge stuff, like the really, really sexy cutting edge reasons why you should be sponsoring things and the way that it works in people's minds. So I would say read those. There's links to download them in the video description. If you want the whole process for creating those amazing, sort of leverage plans that add all that value and everything at a very, very cost-effective price, so that your incremental costs around leverage are as low as possible while still getting you the best result you can possibly get, I go through the whole process step by step and actually give you a whole ton of ideas that you can sort of borrow with pride as opposed to stealing. Now you can steal them. Go ahead. For the whole process, you can actually sign up for the Corporate Sponsorship Masterclass, which is an online, comprehensive, on-demand training course for corporate sponsors. Need more assistance? Recommended additional resources and reading can be found in the video description. If you need professional help of the sponsorship type of course, I provide strategic sponsorship consulting, in-house and group training, keynote speeches, coaching, and sponsorship systems design for large, diverse, or far-flung organizations. Please note, I'm not a sponsorship broker and I can't help you to secure sponsorship. There's also information in the video description about my comprehensive, on-demand online sponsorship courses for both sponsors and rights holders. Feel free to drop me a line if you have any questions about this video, or if you have a question you'd like me to address in another one of these Ask Me Anything videos. Contact details are in the description. If you found this video valuable, I suggest you subscribe to the channel so you hear about new how-to content as it becomes available. Thanks for watching and happy sponsorship!